folks, welcome back to the big show, and I'm happy to say that once again, sitting opposite me, we are rejoined by the one and only Dr. Erika Schwartz, of course, leading national expert in wellness and disease prevention, and I got to get this right now, it's bioidentical hormone therapy. See how much I've improved since last time? I said it right the first time?
Not
Boom.
only that, you do it better than I do it.
I doubt that. You probably say it in your sleep. And of course, the author of the Hormone Solution, and that's your specialty, is hormone therapy for men, for women, right? Make them all younger. And
actually, it's like kind of evolved medicine, we should say, because it's about teaching people to stay healthy, to prevent disease, and not to really become victims of a system that intimidates them, scares them, going from doctor to doctor, wasting so much time. Yeah. You know, there was an article actually in one of the throwaway magazines about the fact that too many doctors order too many tests. So I'm so happy finally.
Well, I'm a big test taker.
Yeah,
so
well, you don't need us, man.
The more tests, but so what do you mean throwaway magazines? Like you read it and you throw it away, or it's not worth anything? What do you mean throwaway magazines?
Well, you know, like the ones you get at the airport that you leave on the plane for the next person.
Okay. Right.
If they don't clean the plane.
Right. All right. Now, but you got your back up a little bit, and you got a little angry when the Wall Street Journal wrote this piece. Which is headlined, "Scientists warn of risks from growth hormone, and studies suggest healthy older people live longer with lower levels of HGH," which I guess is the growth hormone. And you came to me and you said, you know, what are they talking about? They have no facts in here to back up what they're saying. So what did they claim, and why are they wrong?
I'm so glad you let me do this. I can't tell you.
Well, you know, it was anger management, and they advised me, if you don't want Dr. Erika coming in your studios and just going crazy every day, bashing over everything, you got to let her get it out on camera. So.
Because somebody has to actually let us know the truth. You know, it's very disappointing, first of all, to see the Wall Street Journal being that uncaring and really not doing their homework. Because I think the editors should never have allowed this article to come out. It was written by a woman by the name of Shirley Wang, and it actually had very little data on it. First of all, you know, giving growth hormone to people for growth hormone deficiency syndromes, which occur in the young as well as in the old, is FDA approved. So that's the first thing. Second of all, she was referring to a study which actually she totally misrepresented what the study said. What she said was that a study found that there was an increase in all-cause mortality, cardiovascular mortality, cancer, in a group that had a test that is called IGF-1, which measures certain, it's a marker.
Levels of.
But it's not really growth hormone level. Okay. Anyway, and it's not true. What that study actually showed was that people between the ages of 50 and 65 who ate more protein, who had more protein in their diet, had a almost 75% increase rate of cancer and mortality.
Saw that study.
So that's what it was.
So she tied it into growth hormone?
Absolutely, which was absolutely not true. It was about protein, so it was increasing protein levels. So people who ate a lot of protein, not levels, like protein consumption. So people who ate a lot of protein were getting older, and we've talked about that before, were actually people who had higher risk of dying. It had nothing to do with growth hormone levels. Right. So then the other thing she threw in as a, you know, kind of side, you know, bone there was that, first of all, the growth hormone industry is billions, $5 billion, which should tell you that actually it's not such a bad thing, right? But we have information on the fact that growth hormone given in the right dose at the right time in life is protective.
Well, the implication by bringing up how many billion-dollar industry it is that it's a scam. That's the implication.
Right.
Right?
Well, we should talk about the drug companies then as a scam too. The ones that the FDA approves and then takes off the market. And we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. And then she's comparing it to the Women's Health Initiative, which was the study that she says showed that women taking hormones have an increased risk of breast cancer, which is also not true. As a matter of fact, the International Society for Gynecological Endocrinology, which is actually the ultimate body of scientists who reviews all this data, just came out a month ago saying how The earlier we start hormone therapy, the better, and hormones do not increase the risk of breast cancer.
All right. Well, yeah. So, I mean, you certainly have dispelled her story. Again, but everything has to be done. The dangerous part, I guess, is when people try to do this stuff on their own or with doctors who aren't really qualified.
Exactly.
And it can be dangerous like anything
Exactly.
else.
But we always discuss that, and it's so true. The thing is, you want a doctor who knows what they're doing, who has experience, who cares about you. You don't want a doctor who's just there to make money off of you. You want a doctor who cares, and you also want a doctor who's experienced, who knows how to read the studies, who also is giving it to you because you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have adult growth hormone deficiency syndrome, which many of us do, low dose of growth hormone actually protects you from heart disease, improves your mood, helps you build muscle, not to mention libido, it helps that too.
Yeah. No. Well, okay. So we put that to rest, and of course, you are the author of the ultimate book on that, as we mentioned. But you also have another book coming out, which is very exciting, and it's untitled as of yet, but we'll watch for it. It's a book on human sexuality. Now, human sexuality covers a wide range of issues and topics. So, what does the book concentrate on?
Human sexuality.
Yeah, I know that.
So this is the thing.
What aspect?
What I've done, because, for 35, almost 40
You
years.
didn't interview me, oddly enough. I'm very
Well,
shocked.
because I kind of thought that you don't need to, you're fine.
Okay, go ahead.
No, but actually what I did is I looked at the connection between human sexuality at different ages, from the time we go into puberty and hormones kick in, and how sexuality is represented into our 20s and 30s, and then as hormones start leaving into our 50s, etc., and how it affects intimacy, relationships, what marriage really represents, and in our society, how culture and personal truth really affects what happens with us sexually. And it's really interesting because it's time to stop looking at marriage or relationships and define them in our 50s and 60s the way we do in our 20s. And stop trying to be 20 when you're 50. It just doesn't work.
So you're talking about the midlife crisis issue,
Yeah.
Do women have a midlife crisis?
Of course.
I mean, I know they have
everybody does.
menopause, kind of thing, but
Right.
but do they? It's a kind of a different midlife crisis, mindset and physical and mindset, correct?
But it's the same, because
Yeah.
remember we talked about hormones? Both
Yeah.
men and women have estrogen, progesterone,
Right,
and testosterone.
yeah, which I didn't know that they
Yeah.
both have. How could women have testosterone and men have estrogen? Yeah.
Exactly. Well, it's
do.
about the balance between
Yeah.
the hormones. So I think what's really important is for us to understand that we're pretty much the same in that respect, but then we're individuals.
Right.
You and I are not exactly the same.
Right.
And the way
you
we
got
see
blonde hair, I have dark hair. Well, gray hair.
I like your hair, actually.
thank
We
you.
were talking about
Yeah.
that. Anyway, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
It's how we react to things is about perspective. It's about hormones. It's about culture. It's about our own, as I call it, personal truth.
Right.
And I think as we put these pieces together, we come out with a more forgiving picture about our sexuality.
That's important. And this is coming out. We could look for it when? You have any idea?
September.
September. Well, I know
Very
you'll be
excited.
back before September.
I
All right.
hope so.
Also, you were due for Newsmax, a newsletter, a monthly newsletter. Never get a cold or the flu. Well, that's the headline. But it's Dr. Erika's Healthy Balance, taking control of your health and wellness, and very, very informative.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. So we'll look for that. And second thoughts about the flu shot. I never get the flu shot.
Neither do I.
See, there we go. And Dr. David Samadi, who's with us on Fridays usually,
Right.
he was out sick 2 weeks ago. He got the flu, and he got the shot.
a flu shot.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I tell
Exactly.
you, and
it changes your immune system,
you
and
see.
they never get the strain right.
And people,
so
right.
what are we doing?
And people think I'm
Let's
nuts.
wash our hands and
But
take
here
some
it
vitamin
is.
C.
Second thoughts about the flu shot, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just me. It's Dr. Erika's Healthy Balance. Go to newsmax.com and you can check it all out. Doctor, always great to
Thank
see
you
you.
so
Thank you
much,
so
Steve.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank
All right,
you.
folks. When we come back, you know what the segment is. It's the Give Me Five. And you know it, you love it. This is the final hour of the Steve Malzberg Show. So make sure you catch this one. It's going to be very interesting. A Saturday Night Live skit from this past Saturday mocking Obama on the Steve Malzberg Show on Newsmax Television.